Hello everyone, welcome to my weekend shopping vlog in Orlando. This is the pool at the Marriott at World Center Drive. Very beautiful, wonderful hotel. They also have an amazing breakfast buffet, which is the way that we started out both our Saturday and Sunday mornings. As you see, tons of fruit, as well as you've got lots of bacon, sausage, hash browns, a grill station for pancakes, French toast, and any type of eggs that you want, waffles, and of course breakfast cereals and pastries as well. And this was definitely worth the price. I got Mickey Mouse blueberry pancakes both mornings from the breakfast buffet, and it was definitely worth it for me personally. My mom also really enjoyed the items that she got for breakfast, and as someone with health allergies, being able to eat at a buffet is a big deal. We then rented a Porsche through Turo. I will have my Turo video linked down below talking all about that wonderful service. And we headed on to the Vineland Premium Outlets for our first day. This is at the Gucci outlet. They had really, really good stock this time at the Gucci outlet. It can be a bit hit or miss, but I thought the items that they had were really great, and prices varied depending on the item. Some things were as much as say 50 to 60% off. Other items you were only getting about 10% off if it was a regular item that you would see in the store. I thought that this Jackie bag that was in raffia and navy was incredibly gorgeous. They also had in the limited edition Hawaii and Miami print bags, which I thought was really neat to get to see, as I had not seen those before in person. They also had a ton of luggage in the men's line, which I had not seen them have in before. And the piece that I really liked was this gray leather option that was about 60% of the price of what you would see in the regular store. Thought the bag was incredible. My mom tried on the gray leather in the crossbody. But then they also had clothing in. Clothing was kind of but they did have Cassie Thorpe's jeans, which I thought was really interesting. And then the shoe selection this time was actually really good with a wide variety of styles. I tried on this pair of strappy black sandals, which I thought was really pretty and over 50% off of retail. We then went across to Tory Burch, and they had sales ranging from about 30 to 60% depending on the item. Tons of great summer style bags in lighter, brighter colors, as well as a lot of raffia options. And raffia, of course, has been really, really big this year. I thought that this particular bag that you'll see me trying on here in just a second was especially cute and very well sized for a crossbody, although the discount on it was only 30% compared to some of the other bags in the store. They also had tons and tons of shoe styles, most of which were on sale. And you'll see my mother trying on a pair of their loafers here. I finally convinced her to try on some Tory Burch shoes, as I'm a big Tory Burch shoe lover. Next, we went to Prada, and again, the selection in Prada this time was really incredible, with a lot of both more classic styles and more classic colors, as well as a lot of fun pieces like this tote bag that you see me trying on. I thought that it was incredibly cute, and a lot of these bags in this type of material, as well as in the nylon, were around the $1,000 mark. I thought this crossbody was absolutely stunning and gorgeous and tempted me quite a lot to get. There was also this bag that I thought was really neat, with having sort of a silk nylon and the leather trim. Gorgeous bags in the Saffiano leather. They're very traditional shape to Prada. They had no gallerias in, but they did have a couple of the double zip, which are very similar style bags in. This is the outlet version of the crossbody bag that a lot of people have. They also had a double zip camera bag, which you see here, as well as a single zip version if you were looking for a thinner profile. They did have tons of sunglasses. I really liked the pair that I tried on. Also loved this jacket, but it was still $1,000 at the outlet. Next, went to Burberry and looked at their coats, and there were a lot of really interesting coats in Burberry. I actually did purchase this navy one, but then returned it later in the day as I realized that I do have a lot of Burberry coats and probably didn't need another one in the puffer style. We also checked out this new store called Radley, just because they had a lot of really cute dog things featuring their Radley mascot, and the quality seemed fair for the price point, although I didn't spend too much time looking at their bags. The Vera Bradley outlet also had Harry Potter items, which made me really excited. Next, we went to Tag with both my mother and I looking at watches. She preferred the version with the diamonds, and the version that I tried on that I preferred the most is the last watch you're going to see with the navy face in it. I thought that complemented my skin tones really well. Then, of course, I always go into the Ralph Lauren outlet, but honestly, nothing in this outlet this time was overly new. It wasn't particularly interesting, and so I actually didn't end up trying anything in Ralph Lauren. Even though they were having sales, there just wasn't anything that I felt was different enough from the items that I already have from Ralph Lauren to warrant purchasing or trying on. As we left the outlets, we noticed that the Disney store line was finally gone, and so we went in to check out some of their different items. Lots of the Dooney and Bourke. If you are interested in getting a Disney souvenir and you have the chance to stop at the character outlet first, you might find a much better deal on an item that you have been thinking about purchasing. They did have some of the costumes if either you forgot to pack your children's costumes or something happened to the costumes on the way. So good to know that that is an option. They didn't have an overwhelming selection, but there was still some. There were a lot of National Geographic pieces in the outlet, which I was not expecting, but they did also have quite a lot of dog clothes, toys, bowls, and even this little Mickey bed. But the thing that I thought was really cool were these wheelchair covers if you were someone who is in a wheelchair. Thought it was very fun. After going to the outlet, we decided to hop on over to Disney Springs in order to end our day. It is free to go to Disney Springs. There is no charge for parking, and there are also more stores there than just Disney themed stores. We ate at the Boathouse, had a wonderful meal with ducks sitting beside of us the whole time, and afterwards I picked up a Mickey Mouse ice cream bar, because how can you go to Disney and not get one? The other thing that I thought was really neat was while we did not go in the Lego store because of the insanely long line that wrapped around the building, the Lego models that they had out with all these different character scenes, I thought was absolutely incredible to see all the work that had gone into them. And it was very, very, very impressive just to walk around and see, particularly the dragon that was in the water. This is inside the Disney Christmas store, which had tons of different ornaments, as well as a lot of 100th anniversary ornaments. I didn't see any 50th anniversary Walt Disney World ornaments left, but they may have been hiding around and I didn't notice. The Star Wars is in two different stores that are specifically designed for Star Wars, but it is also in the World of Disney store. So if you are looking for Star Wars gear, you have tons of options to look throughout Disney Springs. And just within World of Disney, there is all types of different things for all different areas. Pretty much any park character that you're looking for, any franchise that you're looking for, you're going to be able to find. And they did have a huge Disney 100 section. The next day, we went to Mall at Millennia, which is the luxury mall in Orlando, and we were able to have a really, really good time in this mall. Unfortunately, did not get to go in Hermes, but I was able to film in some of the stores that I've previously been told not to film in, such as Chanel, and you will see that coming up here in just a minute. But first up, went into Christian Louboutin, and the thing that really surprises me about this Louboutin store is how little stock that they actually have. And you can see the video that I'm showing is the entire amount of stock that they had in the store out on display for women. Men's shoes were in the back, but I was very surprised by the lack of stock. However, if you go to Bloomingdale's, they have massive stock of luxury designer sunglasses. They just have a huge section dedicated to it. They also have quite a good selection of Earmen. I tried on this new chain necklace size that they've come out with, and I found it to be really pretty and elegant. Now, I did go into Chanel, as I mentioned, and they actually let me film in there, which I was really, really surprised about. Tried on this new denim bag, and I just felt the crossbody was long, even as a crossbody on me. I then tried on the burgundy purple color that they have out for the fall collection, and I found the color to be absolutely stunning. Although, of course, prices of classic flaps are nothing that I'm going to be paying probably at any point in my lifetime. But it was an absolutely stunning color on the caviar, a very wine-looking color, but it was a very different look on the lambskin that you see on the left as opposed to the caviar on the right, even though it's the same color. We then went into Louis Vuitton, and they had a ton of travel pieces. A ton of By the Pool was still in, as well as quite a bit of the Monogram collection. But the shoes that I tried on here are definitely a shoe that you need to size down in, as I tried on a 36.5 and it was still roomy and sliding around on me, although it is a very, very beautiful shoe. Keep that in mind if you're interested. However, the neat thing about Orlando is that they are actually the 4th largest exotics dealer store in the US, and so I was able to see a ton of gorgeous water snake, python, crocodile, and ostrich pieces that you were going to see here, and every piece that she brought out in the exotics collection was just more and more stunning. I thought this white was beautiful, but then she brought out this electric blue, and the blue was just so vibrant. Then she brought out this purple, and the purple caught the light in so many different ways that in some lights it looks purple, some it looks blue, some it looks silver, and some it looks gray. And I just thought that the way in which the color has this rainbow effect that goes on and this iridescent effect is incredible that they were able to achieve on an exotic skin. However, the crowning jewel was this emerald green crocodile twist that was brought out, and what I learned is that the shine on this bag is actually not any type of sealant at all. What it is that it is actually the natural oils of the crocodile from where they polish the skin with a whetstone when they are processing it to make the bag. I just thought that this was the most incredible green that I've ever seen. Then finally, we wrapped up in Neiman Marcus, and they actually had a really large, different variety selection of Celine bags, and they had way more Celine bags here than we have at the Celine store that is in Nashville, which I found to be really interesting. There was a ton of Balenciaga, which no one was looking at Balenciaga, surprise, surprise. Then they also had a very large selection of Loewe, but most of it was just a lot of different colors in the flamenco bag. There were also Dolce & Gabbana bags, many of which were on sale. They had a lot of Christian Louboutin bags, also many of which were on sale. So I definitely wouldn't buy either of those brands' bags for myself personally, but I certainly wouldn't pay full price because so many of them go on these end of season sales every single year. There was also a really good selection of Bottega. In fact, the Bottega selection in Neiman Marcus was far and above much bigger than the Bottega selection at the Bottega store outlet that was over at Vineland. There was almost no selection of bags in that store, but clearly a wide variety of styles and colors. Now, the YSL bags here, I've always found to be in very poor condition. They are bags that have clearly been beat to death, clearly been handled very roughly, and they don't take a lot of effort in order to protect these bags from handling, which is really disappointing to me when I consider how great a care the Nashville store takes of their bags to make sure that everything is kept in very good condition. Now, the shoe department in Neiman Marcus has a ton of variety. It is packed with different shoes. As you saw, tons of Gucci. All of these racks right here that you are looking at, they are actually all sale shoes, and they were organized by brand. The entire backside of this rack was all Fendi sale shoes. Now, there were also other sale shoes throughout the store, such as there was this very big rack of Tom Ford But even more so, if you looked at the different brand tables, you would see signs marking which tables from brands were sale and which was regular price. There was a very large selection of Golden Goose sneakers if you are interested in Golden Goose. And like I said, this is a table from the Valentino sale selection. Tons and tons of styles available and lots of sizes. This table, however, didn't have a sale sign, meaning that it was regular price, but there was still a massive amount of different Valentino styles and colors that were available here, much more so than in the Nordstrom in Nashville or in a Valentino store that I've been in the past. It was amazing the amount of shoes that they have in this store. They also did have Dior. Dior shoes were scattered on little tables throughout the shoe department, but they were just absolutely beautiful, ladylike shoes, and I do try on a couple of pairs later on in this video. Now, they did have YSL shoes as well, including a lot of the brand new styles that are really, really popular, sort of going with this minimalist, naked type of shoe trend. And apparently, these two shoes have really been flying off the shelves. They also had a good selection of Fendi regular priced shoes, and all of them from the new collection. But there was a massive amount of Christian Louboutin sale shoes. All of these shoes that you're seeing now are sale, as well as the next group of shoes that I will be showing you on the brown shelves that are also Christian Louboutin shoes. And way, way, way more shoes from Christian Louboutin in Neiman Marcus than there were in the actual Christian Louboutin shoe. So if you were in Orlando and interested in this brand, definitely just skip the regular store and go straight to Neiman Marcus. They have so much more selection in the shoes. And then here are the regular price shoes that they also had available from Christian Louboutin. And I thought that these were really, really stunning, particularly if you are looking for a wedding shoe, given the sheer and the sparkly nature. Very much seemed like a Cinderella glass slipper moment to me. Then again, huge selection of Chanel shoes. More selection in Neiman Marcus than there was in the Chanel store. I think that the pink and black sparkly tweed that they have done from this collection is absolutely gorgeous and extraordinary. But it does come with a hefty Chanel price tag, so keep that in mind. There were also more table of Chanel shoes with a lot of the bright summer sandals that are out. I will say that I do quite love the bright coral pink that they have come out with this year, but again, Chanel shoes are very, very expensive. Now, I did get to try on the Fendi Marc Jacobs collab slide, and this shoe was absolutely stunning. The way it caught the light doesn't even come close to showing up on camera. But when you go to walk in these shoes, they are very uncomfortable, very hard. There is no flex in that shoe at all, and my toes were having to grip so hard to hold on to the very slick sole of the shoe. Conversely to that is going to be this gorgeous Fendi Colibri shoe in the denim. I thought that these shoes were so cool, so incredible, and were really, really comfortable. I've tried on this style in the higher heel, which is what the denim comes in, as well as in the lower, and in both cases, they are really comfortable. The padding on the back does help a lot with that, as well as the fact that the straps are stretchy. Now here's one of the pairs of Dior shoes. This is in their lower heel height, and while very ladylike, they were not particularly comfortable to walk around in. I then decided to try the higher heel version, and they were even more uncomfortable. So if you are looking for a comfortable pair of shoes in heels, I do not recommend Christian Dior. But these Rene Calvillas were stunning and were actually pretty comfortable. I just don't really have a use for them in my closet. And then of course I tried on a classic pair of Christian Louboutins, which are very comfortable and relaxing. So that is it for this vlog as we headed to the airport. I hope that you have enjoyed going along shopping with me in Orlando, and make sure to be subscribed as my next video is going to be the unboxing of all the different purchases that we picked up from the various stores that we went shopping at. I also hope that you've enjoyed this little video of my very water-averse golden retriever trying to fetch her tennis ball from my husband in the pool. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.